Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Adventure 14 here. I'm coming to you live, not live, the video is just a video, from the land of UMAP. So today I'm going to show you some build layouts, do a little bit of explaining about how we made everything work here. And we'll start with Finn and Jake's treehouse, because we're only going to do like 2 builds today, because they're the most complicated of them, so the other ones you could kind of figure out. So this is Finn and Jake's treehouse, with a big splice taken out of it. Started at the bottom of the top floors. Does that make sense to you? Where the actual like house area inside the leaves start, and just splice the wall all the way up through. So obviously there are 3 main floors here. This is 1, 2, and 3. Finn and Jake's bedroom is a main floor, though there is an opening on either side past a point in like the main build seen here. So when Reese and I were working on Finn and Jake's treehouse, I did like the original build, and then Reese came in and really detailed it a lot. We kind of just worked off 3 main floors for the most part, and then we had to figure out how to make everything work. Like right here, actually, there would be a doorway back into here, and this area goes down to the bridge below, and then this goes out to the branch, which is the bathroom. So the main problem with doing a build like this is trying to get everything to work like that, because you have 3 shorter floors all leveled on top of each other. So it's kind of hard to figure out how to like get up and down if a ladder system isn't available, you know, within your build design. Because some builds in cartoons, they tend to be very, very thin in width, very tall, and you don't have enough room for a staircase. Luckily with Finn and Jake's treehouse, the actual house in the cartoon had ladders, so it was pretty simple. The only thing is making the ladders work properly with the build and being an interesting climb was difficult, because in the original treehouse, we just actually had tubes, pretty much just tubes that went all the way up, and you had different floors you could get off on. But as we advanced, we made things a little more complicated. So the lower floors here, obviously you come into the treasure room off the front of the house. There would be like the shed looking thing sticking off the front here, but that is currently gone. So you go in and you would start climbing ladders, you know, to get up to the main area. So this is kind of the kitchen area, which is like the bigger of the rooms and kind of the main starting floor. It's really the main entrance to the house area, because obviously lower floors are pretty much just treasure room, gold storage. It's almost like a 20 times bigger than it should be mud room on the front of your house where you keep your boots or whatever, except this is just a lot of crap. So there are actually multiple ways, like up and down pretty much everywhere. Like this one also goes down to the treasure room. So if you're walking in, the main ladder off to the left here actually will take you up the fastest. You know, like least amount of little side routes and having to jump ladder to ladder or any of that to get up to the kitchen. And I believe that the ladder to the 2nd floor might be cut off at the moment. There should be, I think, a ladder against this back wall here someplace that makes its way up. And then you come to the living room section. So oddly enough, the living room section wasn't shown a whole lot in the show. It was shown very little in the beginning of the show, but as the show progressed, they showed it a couple of times, but they actually don't spend much time here. It's mostly they're in the kitchen, and then they're in the bedroom. So once again, the ladder to the 3rd floor here is cut off, and I'll go through and show you in the normal tree house as we're going here. But we have Finn and Jake's bedroom, and it's actually one of the most intricate rooms. Reese put a lot of effort into this one. He did some really good detailing, actually, making this look like a dresser and everything, and taking the time to actually texture Finn's bed and really hit all the details. So basically, main thing for you to take home from this one is that when you're doing a large build like Finn and Jake's treehouse and you got to put a lot of detail in, make sure that along with the detail, that moving throughout it is kind of a fun journey within itself, kind of intrigue the player into actually continuing to explore the build. So with Finn and Jake's treehouse, one of the things with it is that you're going to see the size of it right when you walk up. It's all above ground. With this one, the Lich's Well of Power, you do not. Most of the build is underground. We're working on doing the whole, you know, lines of destroyed buildings and finishing up like a roadway and all that up top. We actually were working on this area over here recently. It's like this bridge ends and there's like a supporting wall and all that. But up here is the main entrance. I believe the camera's positioning was right here in the show when Finn and Jake came around the side of the tree and then went in from like the back of the tree around and took a right turn for them down into the well of power down the stairs. It was like a subway system. So come down into the subway system. Finn and Jake go through here, jump through this hole. Hopefully you've seen the show if you're watching this. They fall down into this area, and just below it is the well of power. But some people don't realize how close everything is in this thing as much as it feels so far away. This build is actually in a pretty compact area. So this area, there's a command block, is not really all that far away from everything else. It feels like such a distance when you can't really see the layout like you can right now, but it's all pretty close quarters. So the biggest issue that you're going to generally run into with builds like this is you are going to run into the walls of the other room. And I'm sure as a Minecraft player, you've experienced this a couple of times. You got to be very careful with where everything's running. Like if I wanted to make this tunnel longer at any point, I'm not going to be able to do that because this whole system is here, this whole train system coming into the tunnel. I'm not going to be able to take that anywhere because eventually all of this will be finished on the inside and you'll be able to move from train car to train car for a distance. And that way it looks and feels like an actual subway system and not just like you're hitting a wall or like, oh, the build ended, you know. It's just like you can't make it any further. Feels more realistic. It feels better to people who are playing on a map. So I prefer to do things that way. So these rooms have actually just been added. They're pretty big. I think we have some people playing the map these days, but I don't think they would have seen any of this yet, so update for you. But then directly underneath the floor, this is this tunnel. Now, if you came out of here and were, you know, out of the main tunnel system here, you left this main tunnel system and went down, it feels a lot further, and part of building in such close quarters is making it feel like it's bigger than it really is. And you go through here, you really don't feel like you're anywhere near the floor above. And you're not going to be able to climb through here to see, but you're going to see this destroyed area up here. And you're probably going to get an idea, but it makes it feel like it's a lot further underground because the edges of the hole are built up and things look a little more vast. So if you were to move past this bomb, you can go out here. And there is a collapse creating an air pocket. I believe in real life, if there was an area like this, I think you'd be dead because it would be like majorly pressurized. But this collapse is creating an air pocket, and if you move through there, you actually come out in Iceberg Lake. But making it feel bigger than it is, and again, making it an interesting journey to go through and find things. This one doesn't have any treasure or anything interesting to find yet. But we're getting there. Because the idea of building a map like this, you build a map, you want people to play it for a while. And you as, you know, a YouTuber or just a map maker or whatever want to get you and your product, which is either videos or just maps, out there. So you want to make it interesting and fun so people remember it. So good luck to you. If you would like me to explain anything else about the map or building tactics or any of that, let me know. If you want to see more builds being, I don't know what to call it, like cut in half, spliced, I don't know. Let me know. I can do a whole video about just, you know, cutting up builds to see like different layers and floors and all that. The Land of Oo map can be found in the link in the description. It'll take you over to Planet Minecraft and you can go ahead and download that. You can see some photos of different parts of the map and keep up with progress. I think it's about 80-85% done, something like that. There are technically so many more things we could put in here, but we're running out of room in the map. Me and my one friend are working on version 2. His name's Reese. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching, and I will catch the next one. Goodbye. I'm so tired today. I'm done. Straighten out your flag, Jacob. It's all tangled.
What?
Your flag's tangled. The flag is tangled. The flag is tangled. There we go.